Our next presenter is Rebecca Howdeshell. She is a studio artist living and working in Dallas, Texas. She graduated with an MFA from the University of North Texas. Her work has been exhibited in a number of solo exhibitions, as well as many group exhibitions around the world. She joins us now via Skype from Dallas. Hello.
Hello.
Hello everyone, thank you for having me. I wanted to start off talking about my work, particularly what is it about. I get a lot of questions about that. It is about impressions, archaeology, skeletal structures, geological events and formations, and chance encounters. It is not meant to be an exact representation, but an interpretation through the study of fossils, glaciers, skeletal structures, and also about our day-to-day impressions and encounters. I gather all this information together and create patterns, and from that I create my work. The material plays a big part in my work, as you might be able to tell from the large pieces, the first piece and the third piece. They don't lay completely flat, and that is because of the stitching that's done on the sewing machine on the fabric. It causes them to kind of move with the heavy dutiness of the stitching. I also sometimes use other material with my work. The substrate is usually always industrial felt, which is a material that's used in manufacturing, and I use a soap finish thread on top of it. Sometimes I use paper as well, and I like to use that because it gives a different reflective quality to the work, and gives me some different looks. The first two large pieces were about 72 inches long by 20 inches wide. The smallest pieces that are coming up are about 24 by 24. Again, I'm thinking about the layering that you get with fossils, geology. You get kind of a strata effect, and that's what I'm trying to capture in my work. Sometimes they're more simple, sometimes they're more layered with different materials. The pieces after the 24 by 24 are about 12 by 12. These are a little bit more simple, and this is where I can kind of explore more of the negative space. Sometimes you also get a figure ground reversal with my work, just in the images. So that makes it very interesting. I also will use other materials in my work sometimes. The pretty small ones that are coming out now, I've used leather gloves, in addition to a wood felt material that's pretty thin. I kind of layer that on top of the industrial felt and sew on it. It all kind of depends on the sewing machine. I don't use an industrial machine at all, it's just a home sewing machine. Sometimes if we get the layers too thick, it doesn't cooperate, it doesn't want to sew through all the layers. But it works pretty well, and I'm able to get some really interesting texture and layering effects by using my sewing machine. Also sometimes use hand sewing on the work. Whatever I need to do to get the look I want to get. The industrial fabric is about a 1/4 inch thick, so I can only layer a couple of different materials before it gets too thick to fit under the sewing machine. I don't sew in a standard way. I use what's called free-motion embroidery. Basically, I'm guiding the stitching. I'm not letting the machine dictate if the stitching is, if the stitches are short or long. I'm guiding that myself. I get a lot of questions about why don't I use color in my work. I've made a few that I film, just try to get the texture I want. Really, any material is up for grabs in the work that I do. What I really enjoyed is just kind of exploring it, considering all of these elements in the work. As I said before, it is not meant to be representational, but an abstract interpretation. And sometimes I've even pushed it to almost toward pure forms in my abstractness. I'm not wedded to any particular interpretation. So these pure forms have kind of started appearing in my work more and more. Again, it's still tone on tone. I've played around a little bit with color and do plan on doing that more. But really the texture and the depth that I can achieve with tone on tone is very, very interesting to me. When I first started working with this concept, I used that unprocessed wool felt that actually came from Joanne. It's a pretty thin product, but it does have a lot more idea than industrial felt. So you get a stronger line and kind of a better shadow line with it. But unfortunately, it just doesn't hang very well on the wall. It tends to be quite limp. And right now it's hard to find. So I switched to industrial felts, and I really enjoy using it. And so the pieces here at the end are some of my earlier pieces. One with the joined felt, and then the one kind of with the line down it is called Comeau, and that's a very abstracted interpretation of the human spine. That was really the first piece I did on industrial felt, and fell in love with that. And I'm going to end with a weaving. I do weaving a little bit. In this case, the vertical threads are a raw silk, that's the work, and the horizontal threads are bamboo, and that's the weft. And again, I'm enjoying the reflective against the matte finish. So thank you, everyone.